Test 1, 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on the life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and that's not really fair. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed.
Shalom Israel. This is ISUBK, start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under command of General Yohana, 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribe of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. In fact, if you're not under ISUBK, the command of General Yohana, you're simply not of the truth. My name is Officer Qadash South Carolina School. I teach Lashawan Qadash class. And let's lock it for a second. Let's lock you there for a second. Sorry. Okay. Officer Gazak Shapar, teach a Lashawan Qadash class here on Friday night. You guys got off work. You know, we're going to get into some subjects here. We're going to talk about little rank, how we write things down and rank some orders that we give when we're doing Sabbath services. So you got to understand what you're hearing. When you hear a person saying alawap, it's talking about a general, stuff like that. And when we're saying turn to face east, we're going to get into some of these commands. Then we'll get into some directions. We'll also get into some understanding about, we're always going to talk about Esau, our oppressor. We'll get into that Lashawan Qadash. What we would like to do is just bring it out a little better, We'll understand it a little better. And this is Lashawan Qadash class. What you got to understand about Lashawan Qadash, it is the language of the holy tongue. So we have people checking in class. I'm happy to see that. Let's see, we have okay, Yana, yes. Check your Facebook, man. We have Asha. We have people in Facebook and both channels, Facebook and YouTube, is up. So check your channels out. I don't know. It is on. That's my point. Okay. So let me see here. Yeah, we have that. Yeah, we have it. Okay. And like I said, Hebrew characters. In Hebrew, it's Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan means this holy tongue. You can say language, but really it's a tongue. People don't speak gibberish in tongues like they do. I believe it's in Corinthians where they say blah 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 and all that stuff. You speak Spanish, English, Turkish, German. That's what the fake oppressors that are doing over there in Israel right now. They're trying to speak our language, but they're fake, and that's not our language. We speak the Hebrew. The fake oppressors take the Assyrian, the chicken scratch that you see down here, and they apply and put their tongue with it and make a whole other language out of it. But we have to know what the Assyrian is too, because it's what we had in the captivity. Also, in the Paleo, right here, the first line here, Paleo Hebrew. That's the original mother tongue. This is Paleo. Okay? So the Most High gave. And of course, when we got in captivity, the fools sat there and did all this. Okay? And that's the Assyrians. Right here. The Assyrians did that. All right? They speak the Assyrian Hebrew. But all of it's Hebrew. But you're going to get more mileage understanding our real tongue. And now, of course, we're going to get into it here. There's some words. Hebrew has, as we say every week, we try to keep you on par. Some of the sisters and brothers in there, if you know how many, I'll give it to you. I want you to tell me how many vowels there are in Hebrew. How many vowels are there in Hebrew? If y'all can remember. Some of the offices and stuff, you don't have to do that, but, you're a trooper and, and you learning, and this the whole point of learning this chart is knowing this chart. To understand it, to be able to understand these pictures and match to what they represent, because we have Hebrew is an ancient Hebrew language, and it has, like I said, ancient Hebrew for Paleo and then the Assyrian language, but we use pictures. Those are characters. We call them characters, okay? Right here. We call them characters. Characters, all right? Characters, okay? And then we have also vowels. Tell me how many vowels and characters there are, man. I'm going to give you about 15 seconds. Reason why is I like to participate in the chat because, hey, listen, this is the only way you're going to learn this. Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka, Ta, Ya, Kala, Ma nasa I pataza kwa rashata. And there's a corresponding order down as you look down the page for each one. A ba gada hawa zaka taya kala. Okay. Then you got ma nasa I pataza kwa ra taza kwa sorry. Taza kwa ra shata. Okay. So let me see here. Who else we have checking in the chat over here? That's 22. Very good, sister. Get that sister hand in the chat. Y'all, hey, listen. Y'all give them sisters and brothers support who's just starting out. Give them a hand in that chat. That sister said 22. She's paying attention. 22 characters and 2 vowels. I believe that was Sister Ayana. Char's rib. Hey, just check this out. Ayana, what are those vowels? Or any brother, sister, any trooper, any young man, any sister can answer that. What are the vowels? What are they? What are they? Tell me what they are before we start on. I kind of like to start off class and preface it with some, and I seem mundane, but listen, it will get the understanding behind to speak the Hebrew so you can understand and converse back and forth. So what do you think? Tell me. What are these characters? Tell me, as you see in the alphabet, as you see in all of the sounds up there, what do you hear? So what are those vowels? That's right, there's 2 of them. Exactly right, you're 100% right, sister. Sister Ayana, very good. That's exactly right, 2 of them. And there are 22 characters, you're exactly right. So what are those 2 sounds that we hear? We say, ba gada hawa zakata yakala manasa I pataza kwarashata. What are we saying there? What do you hear? Because that's how our language sounds to the ear. It sounds that way because that's who the Most High gave it to us that way. And of course over here, when you hear when you hear another Syrian language, you'll say, man, what's that? you begin to understand what the heck's going on. Okay, let's see what the sister says. She's saying the ah and the I. Hey, listen. I want y'all, if you can put the hand claps, give a hand clap. Because that goes along with it. It tells me that this student is paying attention. That tells me that this student, that's what she needs to hear. Because that's what I was told a couple years ago. When she said it was the ah and the I. Just like we have in the English language A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, these are, if y'all can put them claps in there, put in there, support your students. The A and the I, that's what the 2 characters represent. That's what you're hearing when I said that. Ah, ba, gada, hawazaka, tayakala, manasa. I, pataza. You hear that I, pa, taza, kwara, shata. That's what you're hearing. You hear Very good. That's right, put them claps in there because that supports and helps the students to understand a little better. Now SUBCRIBE, it's just something that we clap it up, just to help out. But the I and the I, that's exactly right. And that's what is the language, before we're going to preface the class, we're going to let you understand this. The Lashawan Qadash is holy language. The Most High, the angels speak this. The Most High converse with the angels in the holy, pure language. He conversed with us in this holy, pure language. Because if you see a lot of languages, they have some words in there that mean like, the Bible says, let your conversation be yes or no. That's kan or la'ah. Okay? That means all of it comes of evil. That means, I think I might be able to be there at 7. Listen. You can't do it and say, sir, I'm going to have a hard time being there. I'm going to have a hard time following that order, sir. And then let him know. Yeah or nay. Don't come up here. I might be there. And tell, what the hell you mean you talking about you might? You in rank and order, when you tell one of these officers, you tell one of these generals, captains, generals, captains, officers. Salaki for a second. Hold a minute. Come on in there, sir. Come on in. see. Hey, how you doing?
Where did the microphone go? Right there.
We have, hey listen, we're starting class, so y'all keep it down a little bit. Now, Nazar, you get your chair, you turn around this way, sir, for me, sir. Sisters, y'all put your head wraps on, huh?
Grab a bowl of water.
Yes, it's over there. If your mom, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's finish up. Ah and I. Those are the two vowel sounds that we have. We know we're always good to have students in class. I adjure that. That's what makes class happen. You know, that's what makes us strong here in ISUBK. That we support our classes. You know, we have classes from Monday all the way through Saturday. You know, sometimes we have camp. Sometimes we may even go out on Sunday. Depends. So I'm saying to you, support one of these classes. Get in there. Lashawan Qadash, I teach the class here on Hebrew on Wednesday night. Come in there sometimes. Officer Natsazah, Officer Shar was last night. Thursday, Mardak is on Tuesday. And Officer Bond is on Monday. See? So we got it covered. You know, we're on the move. And all I'm saying is that get into class, learn this language, the holy language. The sister got it right. 22 characters, 2 vowels. Let your conversation be kan or la'ah. All of it comes of evil. You know, that's what you want to know. Let's see if I may be able to find that. Let me see. That's what it is. Okay, well, we'll get into that in a second here. All right. First thing we're going to say, let's see what we got going on in class tonight. Let's erase this off the board. Now we know what Paleo Hebrew is and all of that, and, you know, how we speak the language. And the Most High mentioned that He talked to us this way. We understand who we are. So we're going to say, you know, we're going to say a general. Okay? We're talking about rank and order. General, you know. We talk about one of the general, highest ranking general in the school, General Yohana. Okay? So, we'll say, what are we doing here? Yeah, there it is. Lawak. Alawak Panyard, general on deck, general on board, you know. Alawak, that's what a general is called. All right, when you say general, okay? I think the word for shield is magan. When you say, you know, it's a certain shield, 12 shield, 13 shields, the word is called magan. I think there's an officer named Magan, so we'll put that up here just for Magan. I don't know if I got the spell right. I think I do. Yeah, I think that means shield. I'll look it up here in a second. I remember reading that. Oh, spelled it wrong. Man. Okay. All right. And that tells you, you know how many shields that means. That means what's his rank, you know. Okay. Then we have another word. Well, let's go ahead and let's break that. Well, we'll break them down here in a second here. Let's go, let's say a captain. A captain. All right. You know, captain is in the, you say it's Saran. I think I got that right. Saran, I believe that's like this. This is in Sarah, and then it's Saran, okay? And of course in Paleo, that's Assyrian right there, by the way. And in Paleo, that would be called, over here, it would be called Sa. It would be like, let's put another color right here.
What?
Just for the sake of it. Shh, not too loud. We were using, let's see what color I got today. I got this one right here. Sa. Sa. You look over here, you'll find what I'm writing here. Right here, there's a Sa, see? Then we have Ra, like this. I need another blue one there. That's kind of fading on me there. Then we have Saran. Okay. Now let's go over this here real quick. So far we got that one, and then of course we'll put let's do alawat here while we're here. Ah, la. Let's see. Ah, la. Then we got wa. We got to hear a wa over here. Right there. See? Allah. Then we got a P. We have to make this P sound over here. So we look across and find the pa, and there it is right there. And that's really that easy. It's just, you know, so we say Allah wa. Okay? And Saran would be Saran. Just like that. Okay? Now, slide. So this is what you call a general, okay? He has so many shields. I want to get into all that. Some of them have 6 shields. Some of them have 7, 8, 9, 10, you know. And of course, you know, 13. Commanding General Yohanan. That's what he would be. He's a commanding General Yohanan. That means that's the leader of our nation. That's the leader appointed by the Most High. You know, the Most High has always had a leader on this nation to lead his people. You know, guys have any questions in the chat, put them in there. He's always had a leader, and in this time it's in the ISUBCRIBE. He's always had Christ. He's had, you know, Abraham. He's always had David, you know, and so on and so forth. So these are leaders to lead our people, you know. But that's what these words mean, and I won't put Commanding General Yohanan because they're other generals, okay? But the Commanding General Yohanan, you know, we're just gonna say alawat for general in general. Just, you know, all right, okay, Captain, Saran, and that's why it's important to understand these words, how they're spelled, because you make one mistake and you'll change the whole meaning of a word. I'm going to put this little green in right here. Like that. Who knows what that means right here? When I did Saran. Yes, go ahead, sis.
It means that you had to use the ending character for nom, because if it's at the end, it looks different.
Very good. She said ending character for this N right here, character. You have to use the ending character because that's what the Assyrian used. If you see it over here, right here, that's what I was writing. And the Tanakh, you'll see it sometimes sort of rotated. That's why I rotate mine. I've been doing it for 2 years now. It's 2.5 years. So, but anyway, there it sits. If you look on the chart, the na. If you didn't have that na will look like this. It will look like, if it wasn't on the end, it will look like that. So like that. That would be the na. Okay? And that's what this word here. We'll go trying to get you to understand Hebrew. You know, guys, you should have a pencil and paper. But to understand, it's important because if you read this, the ending characters, you'll have to understand what ending characters are. In the chat, raise your hand over here. In the chat, how many, in other words, give them some time. In the chat, how many ending characters are there in Hebrew? Now, I wrote, you know, his Saran. That's for troopers. Let's go ahead, Nasa. Yeah. Okay, in the chat, we're going to give y'all in the chat a little bit of time because I know you have to type it in there. Here's the right-hand class. All you got to do is raise your hand. Go ahead, that girl.
Are there 22?
No, that's how many characters there are. You're right, but there are, and she's right. You're right. There are 22 characters. You're exactly right, sis. That's exactly right. But I'm asking for what is the ending one of those characters? How many are there in Assyrian? So you got, when I ask the question, it's usually on the board. You got ancient Hebrew, you have Assyrian Hebrew. So how many ending characters are? Well, wait, not so. But in the chats, one of y'all students, you know, young men or troopers, you know, let me know how many ending characters are there. I know officers, you should know by now, if you went anywhere near understanding of Hebrew, you should know that. But I'm asking we're trying to teach all of, not necessarily officers class. This is for troopers, you know, and you know, some officers just starting out. But mainly, how many ending characters are there? That's what I'm asking you. How many are there? Okay? How many ending characters? Because see, I wrote, this is an end. That's what it normally looks like right here. This is not. So how many? We'll give you guys a few seconds to write that down before we ask the class in here.
I think it's 2.
Hmm?
I think it's 2.
There's 2 vowels, not Tazad, exactly right. But how many ending characters are there? Okay? Give you guys about 10 more seconds. Let me see how many y'all have. Let's see. Let's see who's written it down here.
Is it 3?
Okay. Shar said, he said, his rib said 5. Now, in class, he said 5 ending characters, okay? Is that true in class? You sure? Clap it up. Clap it up for Sister Ayana. She got it right. Exactly right. Come on, troopers. Y'all letting all the sisters answer all these questions up in here. You know, let's keep it going. But she's right. There are 5. And the first one is, you have a, where am I? Should be a ka. There you go. Ka. The next one is a ma. And the next one is a na. And that's what we just used right here. I try to use the ending characters and paint them different. The next one is pa. Then you have a taza. Y'all write them down. If you don't have them, that's very good. And that's the important setup now. Stop where you hurt yourself. Okay?
I had to kill an ant.
That's right, y'all. Sisters on fire. These sisters are on fire. That's exactly right. Because they paying attention. You know, you young men, officers, y'all going to have to get up with that test. That's why I'm teaching you this Hebrew. You know, y'all get something going on here. So let's come on. Let's get it going. Let's clap it up. Let's get it going. All right? So there are 5 ending characters. That's why we use this N over here. Very good, Ayana. You're paying attention? That's good. All right? Now, let's move on to the next word here. It's important to understand Hebrew this way. That way, because once it's the same throughout. I mean, you know, the Syrian over here and the Paleo, I write in blue here. Let's go to Alawap. We wrote it out. It's La Wap. And what are these little things here? In the chat. Tell me what, you notice that I wrote this. What is this symbol? What does that recognize in the Hebrew? And what is that? In the Paleo Hebrew, we got ending characters over here. So what does, in the Paleo, what does it have? What sets it different than that other than the characters are different? So please tell me, what is this? What is this thing? In the chat. And what is this one? I'll give y'all about 15 seconds. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
A connector.
We have to give it that. That sister, how old are you?
6.
6 years old, said a connector. I just had to go ahead. I said 15 seconds. I had to give it that. This sister paying attention. She said connectors. That's what they are. They're connectors. She knows that in Hebrew, you got to have connectors to connect your characters to make the sounds come alive, to make them understand. How do you say that? Is that by itself? So if it's by itself, sis only, the little 6 years old, right? Sister, 6 years old. We're gonna see if we can do this for you. If that's, or anybody in the chat. Very good, y'all clap it up. In the chat, also, what connector is this upside down U?
It's a connector.
Or what is it?
Connector.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Donald, right?
Inconnected?
Huh?
Inconnected?
No. Oh, wait, what'd you say?
Inconnected.
No, these are the N characters here. But what is this? You got 2 types of connectors. In the chat, go ahead. We waiting. We waiting. Y'all think about it. There's two types. We waiting in this chat.
I know. So those are independent.
Very good, Shar. Appreciate it. Let's keep them claps going. Yes, our little sis.
Independent.
Independent. Clap it up for the sis. Yeah. That's right. She said independent, and she's right. This is an independent connected, okay? Independent. This is family night over here. Because every night family comes out. Any night the family comes out. Support the people online. People online support the classes, and we all study together. That's how we learn. We are a nation of Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and you're all welcome to come to South Carolina School here and support us. Okay? So that's what she said. Independent connected. That's why I clap it up. Now let's see. Let's see who else had it right. Let's go to the chat over here. Let's see. Okay, good, very good. Give it up for Trooper Asha. He said he's given the answer. He's given another answer, and he said independent. Very good, Trooper. Dependent. That's good to know that. You need to know this, because when you're sitting up here, you see this and you say, man, what is that? You need to know that this A, or this ah over here, I'm sorry, stands by itself. It says ah. Over here, this L says la. So when I get over here, I need a dependent connector right there. You see it right there to make the wop. So we got ah right here, la, and then we say wop. Alawap. That's why this connector's right there. It joins two sounds together, and that's what these two sounds are. You got a wah over here, you got a wah right here, and you got a pa. So that's what we did. Wop. You know, in Paleo Hebrew. And it's good to know that. So, you did good, Asha. Let's stay focused here. That's very good. Over here, we have another. We have Captain Saran. Over here in Paleo, we have Sa. Then we have by itself, independent. It doesn't need to say Sarna. Let's try it that way. Let me show you. Let me show you what that word was. Let me show how that word was spelled. What if this was like this? No, I mean, don't. I'm just saying. If that word was like that, what would that be? That would be sa, sar, na. That's how that was spelled. Instead of saying saran, it'll say sarna. That's a whole different word. Now you understand why we don't do it that way? There ain't no sarna. It's a saran. Okay, so let's go back and put it exactly what it's supposed to be. Sa by itself, sa. That's where we get this, sa. Okay, then we have the R. You drop the A for that. I mean, you keep the A this time for ra, and then you add the N. Run. That's what makes this word. That's why it's important to have connectors. Over here, get that out of your mouth. You don't want to swallow. Check this out. Over here, you ain't got no connectors. So how do you know what the word really sounds like? You better be on your guard, P's, and Q's. Well, you know over here if you got connectors. Because do you see that over here? That's my point. That's the point, okay? So, let's go. Well, let's move on to the next word. I'm glad you guys understand it so far. Let's move on to the next one here. Those are connectors. Y'all understand the connector. All right. Now, let's see here. What else we got here? We got officer. I got a couple of words I can use for that. I'm going to say officer. All right. Okay, officer. All right. For officer, you know, I'm gonna use power quad for the paleo. Pa wa. Did I have that right? Pa qua. Sorry, pa qua yad. Write these down, Lashawan. I know you writing them down. I mean, that helps you to understand. Write them down so you know how they are. Power shot. And you also can call, I believe that's, if I'm not mistaken, another way to write officer is quatazan. Okay? Qua ta zan. I believe that's another way. No, it ain't. It's quatazayan. Quatazayan. Sorry, it's a lot. Quatazayan. Well, there's some black going on here. Quatazayan, okay? Alright, there we go. So power quad. So we say pa over here, come over here. Find that P, because I'm gonna do it in the Syrian. Like this. Okay? Pa. Then you want to say qua, so you got to come over here and find this Q right there. Qua. Right here. Okay? Pa wa. Alright? What's the next one? What did I say? I'm sorry. We got to get a little space in there. And then we got to say ya. Over here. Where is it? There it is right there. A little teardrop looking thing there. Sometimes they put it like this, or sometimes they put it like this. You may see it like either one of them. So I'm just going to use one so I won't confuse nobody. But you will see a little short straight line sometime. We're going to just use this right here. Okay? Power quad. And then, of course, you have the D right there. Okay? It's way over here. Right there. That D looks sort of like, ooh, boy, I wrote that wrong. Looked like a 7, but, yeah, we're going to go with it anyway. It's kind of like I always did this. Okay? It's 7, but it's got like a little stem on it. And sometimes people don't even put that on there. It's like a curl. And then it goes down. It's weird. Anyway, that's the word power quad. It means officer. You know? Officer. So I would say power quad. I would say power quad commercium. That's what I am. Officer 50. All right? And then we have over here we say pa, like this. Then we say, you have to say qua. You have to go here. Well, I need some more. Like this. Okay? Pa wa. Then you have to have ya. And then you have to have the da right here. Now in Hebrew, we're going to make these connections happen. So we have to say pa, then we have to say wa, and then we have quad, like that. Okay? That's how you do that. Power quad. Syrian is in blue. The paleo's in blue. The Syrian is in black, of course, right here. All right? So, then of course you have quatazan. I'll write that a little later on. I can get that right now. But that's how that's what you have. Let's go to a word called when you say face the east. Let's just erase that one right there. I got power quad. That's enough right there. Quatazan, okay. All right. When we up on the platform, sometimes we'll say, camp leader will say, he'll come and he'll say, what would he say? He's going to say ha-quadam panya. Or he'll say panya ha-quadam. Lock it. He'll say face the east. You know, these are directions that we get sometimes when we're up on the platform and we have the scroll and we want to go on the Sabbath and start reading off the prayers and the Psalms 83, Psalms 121, and we want to read the Lord's Prayer and Hakak the power, the Most High, and then the camp leader will tell us, he'll say, for the most part, he'll say, face the east, okay? So let's figure out how is that spelled. Why do we need to know that? Well, because it helps you memorize what it is, okay? So a face, anytime you say a face is panya, okay? Panya. Pan. Ya. All right? Just like that. Okay? When we want to say the east, we say ha. Because ha is a preposition. Because it denotes, it goes before the word to give direction. The east. That's how you know. You know, when you give that's what a preposition is. It gives directional understanding. So we're saying the east, so that's why he said that. Or direction. In this case, this is a real direction. So we say hakwadam. Panya ha kwa dam. Okay? So they say panya hakwadam. That means you go and you face whatever the east. In this case, it'll be panya hakwadam. You go and you face that direction, because that's where our east is. Panya hakwadam. That's what it is. What that means, why we face the east, because the Most High tells us to face the east. You know, that's Nazah will fall. Panya hakwadam. That's how that is. Panya hakwadam. It literally means to face east, because if you know, let's look that up in the what Daniel did. Let's see if I can find it. I believe he faced the east. Let's see. Let's see. Daniel did in his days when he was in captivity. Let's see if we can find that here. Should find it in the book of Daniel somewhere up in here. Okay, here. Boy. There. Oh, there it is. Okay. Boy, that's a few places. And out of them came the four little horns of wax, great south toward the east, pleasant, building the towers, north shell. I can't find it right off, so I want Ephraim, feet on the wind, following after the east wind. I can't follow it exactly right now. North sea, okay. I'll find it later. But Daniel did. He faced the east, and he worshiped and praised the Most High. Okay, Yahweh. That's what he did. Okay, let's see who else is checking in the class in here. Adrian. We have Adrian. Adrian in class. Glad to have you, Adrian. Glad you have you in class. Adrian in class, all the way from that way down there in South Carolina, Charlotte. Yeah. Okay. So when you hear us on the on Sabbath, especially when we say face the east, that's what we're doing. We're facing Jerusalem. We're facing over there where we used to live. And even when we're in captivity, you know, we had the scrolls across our shoulder. We blew the shapar, and we face the east. And that's how you say it. Panya Hakwadam. Okay? Panya Hakwadam. Here's another words we're going to say, and because we get ready to do war. Let's say battle. We're going to do battle, man. We're going to battle these scriptures. I mean, we're gonna present these scriptures, you know. And that's a battle in itself. Especially when we go out to camp, you know. So let's see what the word battle is. The word for battle is Qurab. Qurab. Okay? Qurab. That's what that word translates. Kind of like it's we'll give it like this. Qua. Okay, Ra. Then we got Ba. Okay? Just like that. So you'll understand the word Qurab. And so you want to go Qua by itself, like this, an independent connector over here, and then Rab, join them together. It gets easier and easier as you go. Okay? Qurab. That's what that word is. We're getting ready to do battle, man. Face the east. I mean, you know, we're getting ready to pray when we face the east. Panya Hakwadam. Or we're getting ready to go into scriptures, you know. Because it's always a battle. You're always trying to make sure that you present the words before the Most High. You know, you got Satan always trying to interfere with that, you know. So, you have battle. We have the word war. It's a long word also. The war, Yawam Kapawar. I'm not going to put that one on there. I got no room anyway. Let's find out. Okay, let's see. We got that down. Let's see. Let's get some room up in here. We got general. We got chill. Magan. Let's just get some room up in here. Let's find out some more things there going on. Okay. All right. Hope y'all wrote that down. Let's find out a little bit about. Let's go into class here a little bit further. In the Hebrew class, there's a word. Let's see. You guys heard this word when we're using. Tell me what this word means in class. I mean, even if word, you know, y'all need to understand some of these words because this helps you with your vocabulary to help you get where you're going in that. Okay. In the chat, we'll give y'all 15 seconds before I ask the class. What does this word mean? Tawab. All right, before I ask the class. In the chat, my class in the chat, tell me what tawab is. And by the way, that's masculine. We're gonna tell you what the female is in a second. Matter of fact, we're gonna ask y'all. That's masculine. For when a man says tawab, you know, a sister don't say tawab. Okay, let's see. Who wrote it here? Ayana Etheridge, very good. Clap it up for the sister. Let's clap it up for class. She said, good. That's very good. It means literally good. Good. Okay? Okay, I got you. Now, so what's the feminine form? Anybody know? You may not know. We'll write it on the board here. I mean, you know, we're gonna. The feminine form of saying that, the sisters don't say tawab. They say something else here. That's why, so when you say feminine, it's tawab ba. Let's make sure we write this down for feminine. Tawa. Let's make sure. Yeah, tawa. We'll put it down here. Tawa ba. Right there. Okay? Tawa ba. So a sister, if she wants to say good, she says tawa ba. Like that. And it means the same thing. Okay? Only it's in the feminine form. There's a difference. In Hebrew, Yeah, you have to understand that. Did she write it down here? Let's see. Sister Adrian, clap it up for Sister Adrian. Clap it up for her. She got it right. Yana and Sister Adrian is on target, and Sister Shura and all the sisters in here. And then who else? Brother Shah. All right. But that's how you write it. It's Tawaba. You know? Tawaba. And that's a big difference. You need to understand that, you know, if we were to write that in Hebrew, okay, feminine, all right? Of course, you know, I'll write it one time over here. We'll write it in Tawab for the man. It's like Ta. That's right here. I'm taking the time to show you these guys right here. See that right there? Ta. Looks like a shield. Ta. Wa. Over here. Right there. Wa. And of course, Ba. Like that. Okay? Ta. Wab. That is the paleo. Okay? I'm taking the time to do this so you'll understand that if you can write small words, you can write big words. English is no different. It's always the same. Let's see here. That's right, Sharp. The sisters learning that nationality. Move your chair over here, son. Get up a second. Come right here. There you go. Right there. Okay. That's right. Sisters learning the nationality. So we say Tawab, Tawaba. So you address the man. If you want to say, if he says Tawab, sis, you know, you say Tawaba. Adawan. Tawaba, Adawan. You say Tawaba, Adawan. It says it good? Yes, good. Submissive. Always show your greatest asset for a woman is always this word right here. Always. It ain't going to never change here in ISUBK. This one right here, your greatest weapon in ISUBK is to submit. When you submit to rank and order, that's why we got this up here. That's why we showed you the generals. That's why we showed you the captains. That's why we showed you the officers. You know, and then of course you have the troopers. That's why we showed you that rank. Women need to do this to make sure you support your man. And we'll write the words down for this right here. The women submit. Your greatest weapon, since we're talking about warfare, your greatest weapon is what? Repeat that in class. What's your greatest weapon, sis?
To submit.
To submit to your man. You submit him to the Most High when you do that. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yes. When you submit to him, you let him know because he's going to be a leader for you. He's going to do that. And anything short of that will be absolute chaos in the household. We don't want that. You know, that's what I'm teaching the young sisters all the way to the older sisters. The young men all the way to the older men. The woman's greatest submission, that is, okay, there we go. Is to submit, because that teaches you, it teaches that you understand the rank and order. It teaches you that, you know. Let's see here. What was I trying to do here? It teaches a woman to understand, because the man understands that. If he's an IGBK, he should understand that a woman should submit. You know, we ain't beating a woman over the head. We're just replying to give the rank and order. Let that man run his household. And if you do that, you shouldn't have no problem in your household. You really shouldn't, you know. And of course, woman is, we're going to say, Ayasha. Okay? Ayasha. get it over here. The Ayasha. I believe that's how it is. Let me see. What did I have written down here? Get myself. Ayasha. There you go. All right. There we go. Ayasha. And women. When you see this right here, women or children also, especially the woman in the house, you submit to your man. Okay? That gives you your best voice in the house. And the voice is quote wall. Well, your best voice, let's put it down here. Your Tawab voice. We'll put it your best weapon or your Tawab. Well, we don't put that down. We'll put this one down right here. Let's see. Zayan, we'll put that down. Weapon. We'll put Zayan. It means weapon, okay? But your best weapon in the house right there is this word right here. That word. Once you learn that, let's lock you for a second. Let's lock you for 1 second here. But if you learn that right there, you should have no problem with your husband will surely pay close attention to you because he knows that that's your weapon. You know, we men, we know. We understand, you know, that's your best voice, your best way of saying something is to simply submit, okay? To give heed to his order. That is your rank and order. You know, it didn't make you, that is your duty. I mean, that's your job, that's your sister, Aqua. And I'll say, sister, also I will say, Aqua, just in case you don't say I ain't a woman yet. You know, Aquaf, okay? So you Aquafyan, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, that's how you pluralize yan. I believe yam is a man, but when you pluralize a woman, it's Aquafyan, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. I'll look it up here in a second. I believe that's what it is. I'll check it out. Anyway, the point I'm making is Aquafyan, women, Ayasha, to submit. That's what you want to do. Submit. Let's see here. Submit yourself. You know, it's a duty that a lot of people, a lot of women, you know, out in the world, they don't want to do. But our women know how to do that. We know, as a matter of fact, it says, strangers shall submit themselves unto me soon, shall be obedient again. As soon, let me see here. Let me get a better one. There we go. Ephesians, Ephesus, yeah. Ephesians 5 and 22. We'll read that. We'll get into this. Since we're on this, since we're there, we're talking about rank and order. You know, we have an understanding of what it is. Let's, we'll read it here because you guys need to see this. Ephesians 5 and 22. Get out your Bible, you know, so you'll understand it. All right? So you'll understand what the word means. You know. Ephesians 5 and 22. Let's write that down before I ask the translation here. Ephesians 5 and 22 tells you, women, to submit to that man, you know, who is the head of the household, and that's reasonable. That's understanding. So so he can protect you, man. You know, how you gonna sit up here and be bossy and do what you want to do and growl and you know, go around and just, you know, have the babies crying and you know, you begin to wonder, oh my God, you know, what's going on here? So that's why we have rank and order, so we'll understand. So I believe, and submit, the word is ana. I believe it's ana. That's one I'm going to put down. Ana.
So like you started, what was the scripture that you read?
Ephesians 5:22. That's the word. Let's make sure. I looked it up. Yep. Yeah, that's it. So we say, nah. Let's see if I got some room over here. I'm writing different colors because I don't want people. Let's see. Let me put it over here. Nah. Okay. All right. I. There's your I right there. All right. So we say like that. Then we have na. Okay. Then we have to have the ha over here. We got to put that over here. Right there. Right here. So we're going to make them join with a dependent connector. With the na. Say I na. Almost like a woman's name in the Ina. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. I have to look it up. But that's what submit means. I'm sorry. I'll get over here. Sorry. Ina. So it's women. Akwafyan. Women or, I'm sorry, this is sister. Oh man, what am I doing here? Sister. Sorry. Sloppy. Just put it down. So sisters. Got that. Let's be consistent. Let's just be consistent. I like to be consistent here, and I wasn't. So let's get it right. Let's go to do this. Right there. Waf, Yun. Okay? All right? Now, and that means, of course, sister. All right? Now, I'm saying this stuff here for the sisters and the brothers, so you can understand. When you see your wife submitting to you, this is what they're doing, just in case you don't understand. And sisters, when you see your husband looking at you in a way like, you know, what you doing, sis? What he's really asking you is this. Sisters, akwathian, ashaya, women, ashayayan, ayashan, ayashayan. Sorry, Salakia. Or ashaya, for women, or ashayayan. Aina. That's your biggest weapon to submit yourself. Don't ever forget that. The rank and order. That is your rank and order. That's your duty. That's what you want to do. Then you'll know. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Ayana, is that only sister to sister? When you say Ayana, when you say is that only sister to sister, what do you mean? Say what you mean. When you say Tawaba, is that what you're saying, sis? Say Khan Allah. If you're saying, are you saying, if that only sister to sister, when you're saying Tawaba, is that what you're saying? If you dress, if you're saying for sister to sister, Akwafyan, the yan for sister, that's the plural for it, yan. If you're saying Tawaba for good, feminine, let me see what you got. Let's see what you got over here. Khan, yes, you say Khan, yes. Yes, sis. What you're doing here in Tawaba, when you say good, when you address another sister, you say Tawaba. You don't say tawab. That's not a girl. And when you dress your man, you say tawab. I'm sorry. You can say tawaba for the sis, because you are feminine. It is feminine. We got into this a while back. Me and one of the officers there and understanding it. And tawab, if you want to say tawaba, he understands that you are a woman. But if you say it tawab, that's masculine. So you want to say tawaba, because you are a woman. He understands it. He would understand it. Go ahead, sis.
So like you said, in the past, when I learned it, I did not learn that there was masculine and feminine, but I learned the phrase tawaba. So for us to be like good morning.
Bawakwa, yeah. Tawaba, bawakwa. That's women for morning. That's good. Let's put it down. Glad for that, sis. Exactly right. Good morning. Let's Ephesians 5 and 2 right here. We'll read that. We'll finish reading Ephesians 5 and 22, I think it was. Let's read that. We'll erase that. We don't need this right here. Okay. What did you say? Okay. For good morning is for a sister. When you say good morning, you say tawaba ba wa quar. Okay? That's what you mean. You say tawaba ba wa quar. So that would be good. So when you're addressing because you're a woman, this is what you want to say. Tawaba. You don't want to say tawab ba wa quar, because that's not your talk. That's not coming out of your mouth. You're not a man. There's got to be a difference. Okay? So you want to say tawaba ba wa quar. All right? Tawaba ba wa quar. Okay? All right? Yeah, that's what you want to do. Tawaba ba wa quar. All right? That's the word for morning right here. This is the word for morning for tawaba ba wa quar, if I'm not mistaken there. Yes?
I know this is off the subject,
No, go ahead.
but is there any numbers in Hebrew?
Yes,
Yeah.
here.
What number you want to say?
Like, let's just say 8.
8? Okay. The sister asked a question in the chat. She said, are there any numbers in Hebrew? Let's see. The water ba wa quad. Thank you. Let's see. What is she saying now? Oh, thank you, officer. Adrian she said the water power quad. I erased it off. You careful, you all right? But she's right. Clap it up for her. Adrian said the water, officer. Power quad. See, she's learning. You can say quadazan. She said, and you can say also, Sister Adrian, you can say the water power quad kamashim, or kamashim power quad. That means officer 50. Or, you can say, just say power quad kamashim. That's officer 50. Or you can just power quad officer. You can say that. So very good, Adrian. You're learning. That's good. But anyway, tawab is very good. I appreciate that. Tawab for man is good. Morning. Okay? And for a woman it's tawaba bawakar. I just threw that in there because I wouldn't go into that, but since you wanted to, you're right, to understand that a little better. That's what good morning means, bawakar, okay? But one is masculine. To understand it, that's why you say that, because that is feminine. When you learned it, you might not have known it, but that's feminine. Y'all be careful over there. Don't hurt yourself, okay? Y'all don't lean back in the chairs, okay? This is feminine. This is masculine right here, all right? All right? So that's good. Good to know that, all right? It's just something that, y'all got that written down already? Okay, good. So I hope y'all got that written down in the chat. Give you a couple more seconds here. Then I'm going to move on to this text here. Well, I'll leave it up there for a second there. Let's go back to Ephesians, what I say, 5 Yeah, Ephesians 5 and 22. Let's go back into the submission here. It says, giving thanks. Let's go to 5 and 20. Giving thanks always for all things unto the Most High, to the Father, in the name of Yahushua. Okay? All right? That's Christ's name, is Yahushua. It says, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Most High. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. To your own husbands. You have a husband. If you have a husband, submit yourself to him. You know, that's what you want to do. You young women becoming ladies, that's what you're going to have to do. Submit yourself to a husband. That's what you're going to have. A husband, all right? Okay, and then it says right here, for the husband is head, verse 22, verse 23, Ephesians 5 and 23. We'll take time to read some scriptures here. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, of course, you know, of understanding. And he is the Savior of the body, okay? Therefore, the church's objection to Christ. So let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Did it say how many? Did it say some things? Did it say everything? It said everything. Let's hear that loud and clear. Did it say some things?
No.
Nope. But did it say all things and everything?
Yes.
Yes. That's right. That's good. Tawabah, sisters. That's what you want to say. No. Tawabah. Ephesians 5 and 22. So that's what these words come from. This is the rank and order that we need to understand. Because, you know, by knowing this, it's going to keep down a lot of commotion in classes. I'm sorry, at home, in classes, in school. Anything that you do, it'll keep down a lot of commotion. It'll keep you from trying to guess. You know, you automatically, sis, know that your husband is in charge right there. When you say Tawabah, it's not a hard thing. It's not a hard thing to submit, because you want your husband to view you as love, as you view as like you the only, like you the one. I mean, he had many wives he want, but if you view him and you submit to him, he won't come home to you, because you do what? Submit. Because you submit. And what does that mean? That means you say, listen, I'm hungry. I need some biscuits. So you say, okay. And you say, the first thing you say in the morning, you say, Tawabah, Bawakwa, good morning. And then he'll say, Tawab, sis, you know, can you fix me some biscuits? You know, and he'll say, yeah, sure. That's what you want to say. You want to say, I can, Khan. You know, that's what you want to say, Khan. You want to say, I can do that. And I also, Khan, Aina. I'll be submittal. I will submit. Aina. That's what that word means. Okay? All right? So we understand that a little better. Oh, we do. And that's your big, remember, here's the reason why I put it on here. Because we're in warfare, sis. We're in warfare. Satan is seeking whom he can just take out of here. You know, he'll take a family out of here in a New York country minute. He ain't playing around. That's his job. He's on his job. Most High sent him to test and prove us. Look what Eve did. Did she submit? She out there doing what she not supposed to do. You know, submit. That's what she should have done. Submit. You know, pull her out of the mess back then, and pulled Adam and gave him the scriptures. The Most High gave him the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, and all that woman had to do was submit to him. You know, and that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother lesson. But just remember that, sis. Okay? And that's why you think we go through the difference of of using. Why do you think we explain this to you that you don't just go and say tawab. You know, you're not a man. You're a female. You are a sister, a waf. You are a yasha, a woman. You know, just remember that, okay? So, and that your biggest weapon is your warfare. So let's erase a little bit off the board here. Let's go into something else right here. We'll keep that one on the board just for a little bit. Okay? That's your biggest weapon there, all right? And then, of course, let's go into something like man's on guard. You know, he says, Shamar, they say, I am watching. You know, he's on Shamar. That's what the word means. So we'll say, I am watching. Now we're talking about warfare, man. We watching the house. We watching the door to make sure no other nation get in here. I am watching. Okay. All right. So we have this could be masculine, while I was taught, or feminine. I am watching. All right. And then say, well, so we want to say anya. Let's use a different color right up in here. Let's say anya. Anya. Okay. All right. And then we're going to say shawamar. I'm going to find a good pen here. Sha. Wa Mar. Okay? All right? That means to watch. Shawama is to watch. That's what it means. To watch. Well, we need to get some room over here. Now, what that means, in masculine and feminine, you know, you say anya shawama. That can be masculine and feminine, you know. It's what it is. Except for when you want to say neutral, you want to say you are watching. We'll get into that in a second here. We'll get into when you say you are watching, then it becomes something different, okay? Now we have a masculine form and a feminine form. So first of all, let's break this down. Anya, I am. Watching. To watch is shamar. Shawamar. I am watching. So it literally translates like this. Anya shawamar. Okay? Like I said, masculine form. So let's we'll break it down in Hebrew. Yeah, let's go over here. We'll say, let's find something, my pen here. We'll say, like that. Let's see, yeah, let's make sure, okay. Anya, like this. An and Yah will get his own little understanding. Okay, let's go over here like this. Like that, okay? So on Yah, so I am, let's see, somebody write in the chat here. Masculinity and masculine. She writes, Anya Sharamarian. Now, she remember this. Wait a minute. That's we are watching when you say Sharamarian. Sister Adrian, you're exactly right. Clap it up for her. When you want to say, very good. When you want to say we are watching, that's very good. You're right. we want to say yam, of course, over here. You always put, you don't want to say yan, because if it's masculine and feminine, what did I say? Sharwar, Sharamar, Shawamar. Shawamar. Okay, there we go. You always want to put the masculine ending for plural when you're dealing with plurals. When it comes, if it could be masculine or feminine over here, I am watching, you always use the masculine form. Y'all understand that? You know that if you want to pluralize something right here, like plural, you always use the masculine form. Okay? So, Anya Shawamariam, that's what the sisters put down, and she's right. Sit up before you won't hurt yourself. Okay. Yeah. All right. She's exactly right. But masculine, right here. When you say I'm watching, you know, a sister can say I'm watching. She can say Anya Shawamar. But if she say we are watching, it has to put Shawamar Yam, not Shawamar Yam. So Shawamar Yam, that's we. She always take, if the man can use it, then a feminine, because some things are masculine and feminine when it comes to watching. You know, when you watch something, you know, Anya Shawamar Yam. If you want to say, you know, cover it up, Shawamar, and then Yam. Okay. Now let's get into you. We'll erase this off the board. I think we got the point over there for this. Your biggest weapon, sis, is your submittal. I think we got that. All right. Let's go to you. The you, when you want to say you, and it comes here, you want to say athan, than. For the male, for the female, you want to say, I'm sorry, had it wrong. Atha. Block you. Okay, there we go. But sis, you want to say, I'll write it in different colors, as a matter of fact. Than. Okay? So that's feminine. But for the male, for the masculine, this is masculine. Okay? Need to figure it right. Now, so if I say you are watching, that's different. We want to say it's neutral, man or woman, or you can say masculine, feminine if you do it this way. But when you want to say you are watching, we want to say a tha and a than. But you say I am watching is anya. So you want to say a tha shawamar or a than shawamar. You are watching. Okay? When you're watching, when you've been on guard right here, say I'm watching. That's what it means. To be on guard. We'll put this word right here. To be on guard or to watch, basically. Somebody tell you to go on shawamar. Sister may get told to go on, and the husband say, look out the window, sis. You know, see what you tell. Tell me, report what you say. In your own house, of course. But here in ISUBK, it's always men doing this, okay? You want to say you, atha. So you say, atha, shawamar, yam. Athan for the women, shawamar. And anya is just I am. So that's the whole point. So you just said I am over here. Woo. But over here, the you, right here and right there. Okay? Y'all take good notes because that's what this is. We're going over some things that we have when we're in class in warfare, right? Present tense, you are. I'm sorry. The tenses, I forgot one thing here. For the sis, you want to say shawamara. Shawamara. Okay, so you want to say Thun. It means, it translates this. You're watching. You're watching. That means you're watching. That is called a present tense. We'll put it over here. You or your in this case. That's a present tense. That means that's something that you're doing right now, not tomorrow. In other words, who's watching? You're watching. Atha. Sisters say sharamara. Okay? But the brother gonna say sharamar. Of course, if he wants to make it plural, he'll say yam. So he wants to say sharamar. Right here, to watch. It's almost like when you take another language, you know, they have different tenses. That's what this is. Sha, wa, ma. Okay? For the man. This is male. This is female. Okay? Shawamar. So you would say atha, shawamar. Sister would say athan, shawamar ra. But if you want to say you're watching, of course you say shawamaryam for plural. All right? That's present tense. It's important. Important to understand that. So you'll understand the tenses, sentence structure. When we're doing business here, when we're trying to understand the Hebrew, okay? And let's go over here to another one. I hope let me give you guys another 15 seconds to write that down and contemplate on, because we're going to move on to something else real quick here. We're going to move on to something else, okay? All right. We got a few more seconds to write that down. We'll move on to another tense. These are, you're still in warfare. We're still talking about watching, you know. But when you be on guard, I am. Anya, sharama. If you want to say yam for plural. The woman for present tense. You want to say you're watching. Atha. If you want to say you're watching, atha sharamar for the man, and athan you're watching, athan sharamar for the women. That's you're watching. Okay. Either case, that's how you say you're watching in masculine and feminine. All right. That's how you say it. That's how you say it in either case, in masculine and feminine. Feminine, all right? Let's erase that off the board. We'll move on to the next one here. All right? Let's get to something else here. Real quick. All right. But sister, didn't you have a question about, you asked a question about the numbers? You said, what'd you say? The number 8? You want to know we have a number system, right? So the sister in class asked, how would you write 8? And you know, we'll say this, and I'll try to answer that. Sha. Gotta think about it here for a second. Sha woman up, yeah. Sha ma one up, yeah. I think there's something. Sha woman up, okay. Sha ma wa na. Translates to 8. So you say Sha, we'll have Sha right here. Sha, Ma, okay? Not so much curl right there. Sha, Ma, then you have Wa, you have like that. Of course, I'm doing this in paleo right here. Wa, then you have In, Na, then you have Ah, the A. So let's break it down. Let's put since you're on that, I mean you have to know your numbers when you're let's see what she got here. Write them all down though. Shama one out, because you have this. You got Sha, you got Ma, you got Wa, and then you have Na. So what will be my connectors for that? Online, let me see. I don't see how would you, yeah, I guess. Just write, in other words, how you would do it online, you write, if you know it, you say dependent, something like that. Just write DD, independent ID, or whatever you want to do. That's how you write it online. That's the fastest way. So look at this and tell me, how would you do that? And Shama Wana. Okay? Shama Wana is the number 8. Since the sister asked the question, it just happens to be the number 8 in Hebrew. I went over that once, and I think I may take the time to go over it a little bit in class today. I don't know how much time we got. Okay? What you got, sis? All right, so you're saying it's what? D?
I think it's DD.
I mean, in other words, you're going to have to go over every last one of these. You have to join some together and make some independent and some joint. So take your time and get it right. But these are the letters that you have to do. In the chat, I want y'all to wake it up over there. Tell me, what do you write?
So you make that
Which one?
the
The Shah. Let's say the Shah.
the child
But why is it a Shah?
because it's,
Because the picture says it is. So what do you want to do with that?
I think
You want to do this or that? Independent or dependent?
independent.
Independent here and dependent is there. You want to make it independent? Okay. And in the chat, I want y'all to see if y'all agree with this now. Write your nomenclature down, All you got to do is write DDII, whatever it is. Okay, next. What about this one?
I think you make that dependent too, and then
You make that independent or dependent?
independent.
Independent, okay. Independent, all right. Now what you do? Shama, now what?
And then you make those.
What about this one? Wa? Are we saying wan or wa?
What?
So what is that?
That's the dependent.
This one here?
Yeah, and then those are
Okay, we got independent, and what's this one?
independent, and then those are dependent.
Okay, when you say this one, that's an N. When you say those, get used to saying what they are. That's an N. Say na
Nah.
and the You want to make them what? Dependent? That means you want to make them one sound, is what you're really saying. So it'll be like this. Now, online, I want y'all to tell me, is she right or no? Say Khan or La'a. Is this right? For the number 8, Shamona is another lesson here. Sort of sidebar here. How do you do that? Is she right on this right here, Shamona?
Yes, yes.
You say it is? Okay, good. Okay, let's see some more. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, in the chat, tell me. Let's see who we got in the chat over here. Concert, all right. We got Aisha said, yes, she's right. Let's get a few more. Let's make sure. Aisha said yes. Got 2 sisters said yes. 3, probably. 4. Who else in the chat? What else?
Yeah.
Yes.
I said yes.
He said, okay. Natazah said yes. That's another one. That's another one. Okay. All right. Did everybody say yes? Nobody say no? Did everybody say yes on this? We all in one accord. Let's clap it up then. That's how you get confidence. She did that. You did that by yourself, sis. So let's go over what she did right here. And Asha and everybody else, Ayana and Sister Adrian. Let's see. Ayana said La'ah. Why you say La'ah, sis? Tell me why you say La'ah. What should you think it should be? You think it should be something different? When you say Sha, Ma, Wa, Na. What should it be? If you were to do it, sis, what would you do? In other words, well, I guess what I'm saying is this. It's actually, let me say this to you. Let me break this down to you a little bit better. Sha by itself is, you hear it. Sha. Right here. Sha. Okay? We're breaking down the connectors. That's what we're doing. All right? Yeah, let's see. Should be a ha at the end. Let's see what you got here. Shama wa na. Shama wa na. I thought, did I not? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not put the H on there? She's right. She's right. You got me. You right. Let's do that. Forgot to do that. Shama wa na. Put the H on the end. Oops. Sometimes. She's right. Clap it up for her. I forgot the H. I wrote it down over here and forgot to translate it on the board, but she's exactly right. 100% right. So, what you want to do is you want to say Sha, Ma, Wa, Na. Then it would be right. You're exactly right, Sister Yana. Very good. Okay? Sister Adrian says it. Yeah, you're right. Should have H on there. She's right. I forgot it. You catch me sometime. Go ahead, sis.
Then what's the A supposed to do?
What does it do? Very good. Very good. I like that. Well, let's take this off. The sister said, what's the A do? So we got all y'all in the chat waking up today, right? So, she say, what does the A do? Because Na by itself is like this. The H stands over here. That's a good lesson that you've learned. We added this A right here. That's not supposed to be there. Because it's understand the N is already carrying an A. Na. You don't need it. If you put that A, it'll be Na'awa. That makes sense? So, Sister Ayana caught it. She's got Sha, Wa, Ma, Na. Like Sha, Ma, Wa. I mean, there's a reason why. You have to explain why. Sha, Ma, Wa, Na. You don't need this A right here. Sister, the little 6-year-old caught it. Sister Ayana caught it. Sister Adrian understood it. That's why, this is a good lesson too. If you put an A right here, you're doing this. You're making this word happen. Sha, Ma, Wa. Okay. Then you're saying Na. Oops. Na. Then you're saying Ah. Like that. That's what you're spelling when you spell Shama Wana with an A right here. And you don't need that A. So we take it out over here and bring it right here. No. Okay, let's clap it up in class. Very good. Understood. That's why I ask these questions here, because y'all teach yourselves. Okay. Let's do it right here. Very good. So this way, we got na. Na carries with it this right here, the na. This carries the H. So we have na right here. It took, then we have sha, ma, wa, na. So if you put another A in there, you have a problem. So, what we, all right, there's your numbers. There is a number, let's put it that way. Okay, now let's do another one of them. You guys, yeah, now let's go ahead and finish up our lesson here. Let's go to this right here. He, but that's, pay attention to the board, because you're going to find things up here that should be, should not be. That's what you want to do. He is watching. Okay? He is watching. You have he is watching, then you have she is watching. Okay? Now these are another tenses here. We're talking about tenses. So we got male here. We got female here. All right? So the word again is, what we want to say over here is hawa'a. We want to say hawa'a. Kind of use that word a lot when you're saying is and is a lot. Hawa'a. This time you do have an A stuck together there, because that's just the way the word is spelled. But the emphasis here, what you got to understand over here, is the W. Over here is haya'a. Ha, ya. Well, let's use another pen there. Ha, ya. Right here. Ha, ya, ah. Okay? Ha, ya, ah. That's the understanding. Lock it. Okay? That's the understanding behind the masculine and feminine on he is watching. Hawa'a, use a W there. Wa'a and haya'a. Okay? I know you're looking through your notes, some of you people. That's what you should do. And of course, when we want to say watching, we want to say shawamar again for the man. Shawamar. Sha. Wa. Mar. And what do we add at the end for women? We say sha. Wa. Sha. Wa. Sha. Wa. Ooh, got that word right. Shawar, Shawa, Shawa, there we go. Mara. Okay? Like that. So that right? Shawa, I'm going to spell nothing wrong, because sometimes I will. Okay. For the female, she will say, she is what? She will say, Haya'a. Shawamar. And so next time you want to use a is in a sentence, you can say, if you want to say is, basically you want to say it in the feminine form, just say haya. Is watching. If you said haya it would be understood that it's a she that's talking. That's what you do. I would never say Hayah because I'm a man. A man would say Hawa'a. It's a big difference. Hawa'a. That's how you understand it. Okay? Charles clapping up in class. Very good. Shawa'a. Okay? Hawa'a, Shawama. You know, when we're on guard, sometimes, you know, you want to use this word. Now, here's a word with a double A in it. So we say ha, like this. We'll write it in paleo. We say ha over here. Would help to have a better pen. There we go. Ha. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get it straight there. Right there. Ha. Then we want to write wa over here. Okay. Then we want to write ah. Like that. Okay. So what we've done is this. Ha, wa, and then you write ah. Let's get the connectors for this. Let's break it down. What do we do? What y'all got? Go ahead, sis. In the chat too, just y'all go ahead. Go ahead, sis.
So like, do you pronounce it Hawa'a?
Hawa'a. Now, the sis asked, did I pronounce it Hawa'a? Why'd you say that, sis?
To know which connectivity. I mean, which
That's the intelligent way of asking that. To know if you want to know how to ask this, you said it. You said it right. If I'm going to pronounce this right, then I got to get the connectors right. So you asked me how to say it, so let the person say it. Hawa'a. You're exactly right. Hawa'a.
I think
Hawa'a.
there would be independent connectors under each character.
Okay. So let's say ha, wa, ah. Everybody in the chat agree with that? Y'all agree with that? Put it in there. Con or la'a. I mean, in the way I said it. You know, in the way the teacher said it. Ha-wa-ah. Not just the way you would say it. Ha-wa-ah. Go ahead.
Because, like, it's pronounced right.
Huh?
Con because it's pronounced right.
Right here?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, ha, and then wa, and then ah.
Oh, yeah. Ha-wa-ah. Now, if I would say ha-wa-ah, yeah, I know. If I say ha-wa-ah, you really can't really mess that word up too much. Go ahead, Miss Donna, right? Okay.
Kanshi is right.
Huh?
Kanshi is right.
That's your name? What did she say? What are you saying?
Khan that is right.
Oh, okay. That's her name. Okay. Hawa'a. Yes, go ahead, sis.
Would it be safe to say that when you write out the word like H-A-W-A-A-H and then put the line under each character sound, that would be a good identifier of how to break it down?
Yeah. You can do it that way. So what you're saying is like this. That's why I put these little lines here. You mean like this? Like that?
No, like how you had it before. Like, would that be a good way to use how to break it down so you can...
Yeah. That's why I do it that way. I say ha. I've been doing that way for a while now, so I can say okay. And I listen to what the teachers say. Let's see what somebody said in the chat. Sister Ayana said Khan, so she's right. She said it's like this. Ha wa ah, and you know. And Sister Shara and Sister Donna and Sister Ayana, all y'all said that. So let's clap it up. You know, Shar got hand claps up in there, so y'all let's clap it up, sis. He's giving y'all support. He's right. Y'all right. Ha, wa, ah. You know, So if I said Hawa'a, did you know I don't have to say that's a male talking. It's understood. They're saying is. He, or you can just say he is watching, because that's what the word translates. He is watching. That's in Paleo. Of course, if you had this in Assyrian and you were saying ha like this, like that, ha, and then you would say over here for wa, like this. Oh, just a little stem to it. Ha wa, and then you want to say ah. You want to say like this. Oops. Like this. Now, there ain't no connectors in that. Let's think about that for a second. Now, how hard is that? How hard is that to actually break down? This one up here. Man, you'll have all kinds of problems breaking that down. Because it's not a pure language. The Most High knew what he was doing. See, I believe all languages are based off of Hebrew. You know, if you ask me. Yes, go ahead, sister.
It's kind of off the subject, but like when you see a baby and it's saying da da da, like it's kind of like speaking like in Hebrew language.
That's just a hand. Now, I'm not saying that's official, but that's exactly what she said. And I agree with that. She said when you hear a baby saying da 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 and mama and what else? Papa, they're basically speaking Hebrew. You know, all of us, every person on the face of this earth has spoken Hebrew at first. That's the language. Of course, when we've been in captivity, the Syrians made us start speaking this stuff. The Yiddish over there, the German Yiddish people over there, they are completely emasculated our language. They mess it up so bad, so I can't understand it. Sound like they're spitting at somebody. You know, like that, like God. But that makes sense. Even a baby knows to say, mama, da. And what does you say? Papa? Okay, all these, exactly right. When you see a little baby, just understand it. So that's basically it all let you know that you have to really break the rule to speak another language. That's basically what it's saying. You're going against, let's see, Shar, yeah, very good. Shar's hand clapped. All y'all should be clapping up in there, okay? You're going against the rule when you start speaking anything other than Hebrew. It's the pure language, man. You can't do it. What's more pure? Pure. What's more pure than a baby? I mean, it's just a, where's my help? It's like, I mean, you know, you got a baby come out the womb. You know, gaga. I mean, that's just a baby. Gaga don't know nothing yet. Just gaga, mama. Why did it come out saying, puedes darme, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why did it come out saying that? That's actually against the pure language. You know, I'm not saying, all I'm saying is that our language, all of us come about it. We got some oppressors out there who are dogmatic and wild and violent. They have to break the rules to go and make a land. The Most High did that. That's how he knew at the Tower of Babel to confuse the languages. He knows us. You know, if I pull the fooling from the Abba Gada, you know, I get them to say anything. That's why all languages really come together in Hebrew. You know, we have the pure language. The Bible tells you that. I mean, it's not a written rule necessarily. It just makes sense. That's all I'm saying. Since you said it, so you know, we can say that. You know, that it's not. I don't want to stray away from the Bible, but it's a pure language. This Lashawan Qadash. We brought the baby in there just to, you know, illustration, you know. But the real idea is that the pure language, Lashawan Qadash, this top line here, all of that. Abagada, Hawazaka, Kwawashata, okay? Abagada, Hawazaka, Tayakala, Manasa, Apatazakwashata. When you say that, That is our pure and holy language. That's how we speak. And so when people, I barely can't speak English. And I learned from these heathens out here. But the Most High, taught us really from the start, Hawa'ah, Shawamah. He is watching. These are different tenses that we're learning. Of course, we're in warfare. We're learning everything that we're learning about here in this class tonight is warfare. We'll get to, let's see if we got a last one here. Yeah, we got one more. I think before we end, I think I might have room for one more. Okay? All right? And we'll be done with that. And we'll close our class, okay? Y'all been very, very attentive. We'll write, we're watching. We're watching. Okay? All right? We're watching. All right? And you want to say there, you want to say ak nak nawa. Ak nak. Yeah, there we go. Ak nak nawa. Nawa is always our. Okay? Or we're. Same thing. Almost. Then you want to say sharamayam. Shar. Sha. Wa. Make sure I get this right. Shawa. Ma. Ram. That means we're watching. Okay? I'm not going to break it down. As a matter of fact, it can be. This makes it. Well, that's not right. Sharamayam. Tlaki. My spelling sometime in a rush. Sharamar. Shamar. To watch. Okay? Sharamayam. All right? This basically says we're watching, and this can be masculine or feminine. You say nak nawa shar wa yawam. Yeah, I'm not going to break down the Hebrew on that because we got it in class. But clap it up for class. That's our last one. Just make sure we're watching and we're all. Everybody's watching. Nak nawa shawa maryam. Write that down in your notes because I'll be asking that a few weeks to come. Maybe next week. Who knows? But that's masculine, feminine. We're watching. Shamar. We had a Tawab class. And I know you guys are clapping up in the chat. I know everybody enjoyed themselves. I know you guys just trying to understand the Hebrew a little better. We're going to do some announcements here. ISUBK. So, we have some security announcements. Let's see. We have a... Okay, good. Very good. Sure said damn right. That's exactly right. We had a Tawab class up in here. The woman would say what? If I say Tawab, what would y'all say? Tawab. You use Tawab as the base word. What would you say on the end? Tawab. Say it up loud, sis. Tawab. Very good. Give her a hand. She said Tawab. Very good. I appreciate the claps up there, Adrian, and all y'all. And there's Yana, and who else? Clapping it up in class up in here. Ayana, replying to Shar. Good. Very good. Okay, very good, Sister Adrian. That's good. Ayana, very good. You did good. Glad y'all did that. Glad y'all joined class. That's how we learn up in here. Every week, come to Lashawan Qadash, we have some different. But let's read the ISUBK announcements. Sit down for a second. Not as out. Security announcement. We're at ISUBK. Start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission, okay, from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. means 10th in Hebrew, ma'asharah, of the 10th, 10. Okay? 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like upon convocation. We have the Passover, Houston, Texas. Give it to camp leader. Make sure you understand how to carry yourself accordingly. It's in Houston, Texas this year. It'll be Passover. 14th day, it'll be, 14th day of the first month. Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Exodus 12, 151. Leviticus 23, 4, 5, and 1. Corinthians 5, 7, and 8. And 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. And here's Slakia. Remind the Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. It's up there. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. We'll give a courtesy salute. We'll give a salute to all the men. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, a thumb. To the sisters, we will put our hands together like this. Okay? Y'all go ahead and stand if you want to. You don't have to be the high, just like this. Repeat it. Yahweh, Shema, I'll, Athah, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. For that we say, Shalom.